Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with another online multiplayer video, and today, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to be looking at an Elite 8 team for the Flashpoint team and comparing it to our experiences with our Elite 5 version and taking a look at seeing how the fights are different and whether or not it's worth it to elite them higher.
Because that's really the big question, right?
Yeah.
Now that we've got the opportunity, now that they've had 3 seasons each for Deathstroke and Aquaman, is it worth fully promoting them as much as they're able to Elite 8? Because, you know, top 1% for a few seasons, it's quite possible. All right, so just take a quick look. What's going to make this fight a little bit harder is both Ares, who's going to drop in with 1 bar of power from Ra's al Ghul's Scimitar, plus another one from the Master's Death card, so he's a real danger. And what makes it harder is Killer Frost. She's going to limit our power generation so that when we tag in with Master's Death card, we don't get the full 2 bars. So we got 2 choices. We either hit her a few times when we tag in, or maybe wait a little bit to keep them on the sidelines before tagging in Deathstroke. Now you'll see that this is the exact same team that we've got for our weekly Q&A. And wait, all right, so we'll watch. So let's soften her up a bit. Oh, we softened her up a little bit too much. Ooh, God.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, I guess it didn't crit. That could have been quite deadly.
Did we check his crit chance?
I think we did, and I wasn't paying attention. I always go through that so fast that I always assume that it's maxed. So I think that the problem now is because when you're facing... Alright, so when we had the Elite 5 team, which we play every week, basically the same loadout recently, thanks to Lane's suggestion.
Yeah.
We're gearing Deathstroke as our special specialist, but for special 2 or special 1. That's why it's the Ibis stick is the 3rd gear, in addition to the 2 power gears each time we tag in. And that was a decent fight, but not the fastest we've had for the first. And what I mean, is this a spoiler if I say that I think ultimately it's probably not worth fully promoting all 3 guys, because we're still getting the same number of battle points.
Yeah,
you can't get more than 5,000.
Out.
All right, let's see. So he's going to dodge special 2, so we don't need to do it on him. Cloak. All right, so this is not going to be a bad team, but I guess the 2 of them are 60 Elite 10, which tells us a little something about the kind of people we're facing earlier on in the fight. And the main advantage, I think, to promoting them higher would be if you thought that you could get through fights that you couldn't before. And that applies to single player. I don't think that actually matters, because that Flashpoint team is good enough really to finish the single player mode. And it's a question of whether we can get through multiplayer an ultimate battle faster.
And the short answer is basically just no, not really.
Yeah.
Not in a noticeable way for sure.
Right. So because he's got Mother Box, the reason why I didn't do the special 2 and why I used Batman to soften up a bit was that there was a chance he'd dodge, and I didn't want to waste time. But it doesn't seem like it's really saving me a lot of time, anyways. Because we didn't get we didn't get all our power back because of the way the fight played out. Now we got it. And if this finishes, all right. So again, decent time, but I don't see anything materially different as far as easier fights, faster times, and this is probably the best argument, I think. I mean, listen, I shouldn't complain. 21 seconds is still pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably the best argument that you can make, that it's actually not necessary. I mean, we're still gonna try to get the extra copies, and the advantage now is we've got 2 accounts. One, our main account, we can actually keep them all at Elite 5 and not promote them any further. All right, so Killer Frost is gonna be a problem again, and then decide if when we get the chance to bring them all to Elite 10 after this week, Aquaman will be, and we just need to wait for Deathstroke. Problem with this fight is, all right, so we need to bide a little bit of time to generate 2 bars of power for Deathstroke because of Killer Frost on the other team. Yeah. Because Batman's going to start with 2 bars of power, it might be worth just bringing Aquaman to be the one to kill a bit of time, so that when Deathstroke tags in, he'll have 2 bars, but also so that when Batman wants to launch his special 2, or we could just try to wipe him out anyways with 1, and when it doesn't work, then we're vulnerable. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, that just the stuff that the reason why it doesn't make a lot of sense to higher elite it is because this team is really quick. It's really just there's certain stuff that'll slow you down or make you plan around it. And playing at lower levels, I'm not sure how much less likely it is, but it feels like you're less likely to have these setups that make it harder to plan around.
I think you'll still face them sometimes, but yeah, you definitely will see a lot more of the easy teams where maybe they're not fully geared, or they're not fully crit chance or crit damage,
or their synergy is not useful in the same way.
Yeah.
Just in some way they're less well put together and easier to beat.
And here's the thing too, I mean, because they're multiplayer seasons, you have to work so hard to get them that for the effort that you're putting in, I don't really see any improvement. I mean, we're seeing is all maxed out teams. All right, so there's the Astro Harness and the Razagul Scimitar, which is not a problem on the second guy coming in.
Yeah.
Because Batman, Blackest Night Batman, is relatively low in health. Nobody's dampening our power. We come in, special 2, wipe him out, and then we really just need to kill time using our Tantu Totem, getting our power back on Astro Harness. If Scorpion tags in. Well, not if, he's going to eventually, but...
When?
There we go, soften him up.
Oh, there's the...
Oh, right, yeah, because of the 4th roll gear set, because there's a good chance that a special 2 wouldn't have been enough. This still might be enough, because... Yeah, this will be enough.
Perfect.
Alright, so here's the other thing I noticed. With Deathstroke... Oh, he broke our gear. With Deathstroke, if the pirate crew comes in, then that little extra bit of animation is enough for him to do a special immediately. But if the pirate crew doesn't come in, he needs to block against somebody with Astro Harness with extra bars of power.
Yeah.
It's these little kind of nuances that are interesting that you notice when you play a lot with the same team. Alright, yeah. Still pretty easy. Pretty darn good team.
Yeah, definitely. By no means is this like not good or not useful. It doesn't make them unplayable by getting them to higher elite levels for sure. It does just, I think, add a little bit of unnecessary difficulty.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I mean, listen,
not consistently.
You get stronger. They get stronger. Surprisingly, I mean, I would have actually. I was surprised at how much room there was still. They're all elite 10 and they're all level 60 except for Hawk Girl, and they're gonna stun as they come in. Oh, you know what? They're gonna damp our power too, because of Earth through Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see teams like this when you elite 10 them and fully max out health and damage.
Yeah, I think what hurts us is the strategy we've got for this team, because I'm relying on Master's Death Cart for the second bar of power. So anytime you face a power dampening team, you run into a little bit of trouble with your strategy if you were planning on using special 2 to take everybody out. So
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I hate this. I hate getting slowed down by after his special engages. There we go, second bar. There we go. That was perfect actually, because we didn't want to waste it on the guy with the Astro Harness. But is this gonna be yeah, it's gonna be enough. Please be enough.
Oh.
A jinx. Yeah, this is gonna.
What a waste.
Yeah. This is what it comes down to, right? At the lower levels, we're not going to see as many full Earth 2 teams.
Yeah. Oh, crap.
Ooh, and that was a loaded... Well, and this is where you see the best argument for having a tank like this, right? Because she had she gave everybody 100,000 on the bench, 100,000 worth of damage, right?
Yeah.
And that special wasn't entirely wasted, because it bought us a bit of time of not getting hit while he was still invulnerable.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow.
We don't see fights like that,
That was
actually.
a close one.
Yeah, on Elite 5. And that's what it really comes down to. So
yeah.
I think the bottom line is, if you're thinking about it, my vote is for no. Because this will get, like Siskel and Ebert, thumbs down. Great team, and if you're playing against fixed opponents, I think absolutely you're going to be like slicing through them like nothing.
Yeah, but you don't actually need to. This team would be almost a waste in single player.
Yeah.
Especially planning them for single player is a waste.
And so this is not the first. What we're videoing now is not the first time I've taken this team. And the other thing I've noticed is at the high levels, you face this team: Flashpoint Batman, Arkham Knight Batman, and Injustice 2 Superman way too much. And I think what happens is, as we get to higher levels, you're going to get more of the same thing, where you're facing similar teams, and it gets a little bit boring, and it's not nearly as much fun because it's just a matter of
high stats, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah, and managing the exact same situation. Because Arkham Knight Batman, the biggest danger is that when he tags in, if he's got a bar of power, he tags in with a super, and once somebody tags in with a super, their super prioritizes over our specials. So then we're gonna get to be in a bit of a mess. Yeah, and because he's got the Astro Harness, Flashpoint Batman does at the beginning. That's why it wasn't worth bringing Deathstroke to try to kill time, because of the danger that he might end up getting knocked out. Because he is our main. He as a special specialist, he is doing most of the damage. All right, so Pirate Crew came in, so we can still do our special one again before he actually engages his special, right? So that would have been fine. There we go.
That was quick.
So I suspect now that we hit this team the first time, the next team is going to be the same guys.
Yeah.
Because remember that in the old days when they used to have defensive teams, and there's a certain combination that included Darkseid and I think Godfall Superman that would attract the most defensive battles, even though they weren't very good at actually winning them. So the win percentage would be really low, but it would give you the best return for defensive points, for battle points. Yeah, see, there you go. He's a special one, so Arkham Knight Batman. Yeah, so the only big problem I potentially see is if Arkham Knight Batman has his no crit damage. And if he becomes a tank, then he's going to be a little bit dangerous when he tags in with Cloak of Destiny, potentially stunning, and then doing splash damage special one. Yeah, so I think we've got a... To me, there's a clear winner. I really would... Oh, there is a crit damage buff. And the only good thing is, if we're hitting him... Oh, that's not bad.
Easy.
Because his ability to do damage over time with the Iva Stick is enough. Alright, so we can buy time.
Whiff on him.
Yep, Pirate Crew means that we can do our special one again quickly.
Whiff on him.
Yep, Pirate Crew again means we can do special one again.
Perfect.
But we can't. Now we need to block. We have to block because he won't have enough block. Oh, I was wrong. But I thought I tried anyways. Yeah, I mean, there's really no chance here. It's just killing time, right? The fact is, it's a team high enough stat. He has his special one evasion, and he's got the Astro Harness. Yeah. So let's see how long that was.
Still felt pretty quick. 24
yeah, 24
seconds.
is not bad. It's not bad. I guess it's when you're spoiled and have the chance to really motor through.
And I mean, it is a little longer than 24 seconds when you count the actual special time, the slow time.
Right.
But yeah, it's still pretty good. Okay, so there you go. That's some example gameplay of the higher elite level, and our final verdict is...
Yeah, I think Elite 5 is all you need. Elite 5 is just as good as really anything that you can make up, and the balance will be with gear.